In this video, I'm going to share 10 of the best free tools and resources for us children's authors that will make the creation of our beautiful children's books so much easier and so much more fun. Hi there, I'm Eevi, an award-winning children's author and ghostwriter over on eevijones.com and the creator of Children's Book University. I create videos specifically for children's authors, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. I've been receiving so many questions these past few months that could be answered with my resources and tools over on eevijones.com. So I've come to realize that not everyone here may know about these absolutely free resources. In this video, I have arranged them in chronological order that I recommend we as children's authors go through as we are creating our book. That way we know exactly when to use which tool. And this list includes 2 brand new tools that I have just created for you that I will make sure to walk you through at the very end. So let's dive right in. Tools 1 and 2 come into play even before we start writing our children's book. If you have read my book, How to Self-Publish a Children's Book, you may already know that I always emphasize the importance of starting our creation process by knowing and figuring out what age group we are writing our book for. That should always be our first step. And to help you with this step in a fun and creative way, I have 2 tools, my Age Range Perfect quiz and my Age Range Perfect calculator. I would recommend using the quiz if we haven't written our story just yet, and if we aren't quite sure what age range would be a good fit for us in terms of our story we have in mind and what type of writing would fit our own writing style. So it essentially finds the perfect fit for us and our story. And I would recommend using the calculator if we have already written our story and now want to make sure it's suitable for the age range we want it to be for. Here we can look at it from 2 different angles. So this right here is the age range calculator. The first angle would be to look at our word count. So if our story is already written, we take our story's word count and enter it right here. So let's say our story is 500 words long. We enter the word count right here and then click on calculate the best age. And then over here, it tells us the ideal age range, the ideal book category, page count, as well as the ideal number of illustrations, along with a book example. So that's from the word count perspective. We go over here. This is the second option where we come from the age perspective. So let's say we have taken the quiz or we already know what age range we want to write for, then we would enter this age right here. So let's say we want to write a book for 5-year-olds. So I enter the age right here and then click on calculate the ideal word count. And this right here tells us the ideal word count, again, the book category, the ideal page count, as well as the number of illustrations and a book example. The third tool is my story idea series. This series can be used in 2 different ways. Use number 1 is if we would like to write a book and need a story idea. Then this tool will help us do just that. It will help us come up with a fun story for our very own children's book. And use number 2, where I believe this tool's true power really lies, is if we already have a story idea. Then this tool will help us make it even better so it speaks and appeals to an even wider audience. So finding and validating an idea for our story has never been easier, and I love this series because it's so powerful. The fourth tool is my perfect title formula. Lots and lots of aspiring children's book authors don't know how important their title is to the success of their book. And so that's why I have created the Perfect Title Formula series that will walk us through the process of finding that perfect title for our children's book. So whether we already have a title in mind or don't have any idea what to name our book, that's what this tool will help us with. Either come up with a title or improve our title. Tool number 5 is all about the dialogue within our stories. Writing dialogue for children is so much fun. Now, something I've noticed pop up over and over again during my one-on-one feedback sessions is that many often have a bit of trouble with this part. And so to help with the flow, I have created my dialogue cheat sheet along with my weaving dialogue method cheat sheet. So with these downloadable sheets, we'll be ready and prepared next time we dive into the writing of the dialogue for our beautiful children's book. This also comes with a video, so if you need a refresher when it comes to writing fun dialogue, then this tool is definitely a must. Tool number 6 is a list of editors who have worked with children's authors before. Now, in order to plan ahead and prevent any delays after our story writing, I always recommend contacting the editor a couple of weeks before we think we have completed our story. That way, we'll be able to secure an opening that would best suit us and our timeline. I often book my editor 4 to 6 weeks before I feel I will have completed my manuscript. That's what I call the editing sweet spot. That way, we can make sure our story is 100% the way we want it to be before moving on to the illustration phase. Now, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of editors on freelancer platforms like Fiverr, Freelancer, Reedsy, and Upwork. So again, in order to make it as easy as possible for us, I put together a resource that provides us with a number of editors that have lots of experience with the editing of children's books specifically. And that list also contains a number of children's book editors that are well versed in editing rhyming stories. So I'm really excited about this particular resource. Tool number 7 is my beloved illustration template generator. This one is my baby because there was such a need for this when I first created this a few years ago. I try to share this one often, and that's because one of the most asked questions I receive from fellow readers, my Children's Book University students, and my clients is how to figure out the exact size of the illustrations for their children's books. So I created a single tool or a single place that helps us figure out the different available trim sizes we can offer for our children's book, how much bleed to add if we wanted our illustrations to extend all the way to the edges of a page, the exact size for a single page illustration in inches and pixels with the correct DPI settings to ensure the illustration quality is going to be optimized for printing, the image size for an illustration that extends across an entire spread, meaning the left and the right page of our book, and the exact image size of our book's cover sleeve. That includes our front cover, our back cover, and our spine. And on top of these calculations, it also generates templates we can share with our illustrators so they know exactly where the margins and our centerfold are going to be so they create their illustrations properly. All these dimensions and templates work for both Amazon's KDP and Ingram Spark. If there had been just one tool for children's authors back in 2013 when I published my first children's book, I truly wish it would have been this one, because it would have made the illustration stage of the book creation process so much easier. So if you're looking to find the exact size and dimensions for the illustrations you should use for your children's book, including the interior as well as the cover, then the illustration template generator tool is for you. Tool number 8 is my author marketing toolkit. That includes everything we need to prepare for our marketing. This kit is organized in 5 separate marketing sections, so we are covered from all sorts of angles. We have the marketing preparation kit, so we don't have to start from scratch. A book signing kit that helps us come up with fun and creative ways to sign our book. A social media kit to help us set up our social media profile, an author interview kit to get ready for a successful interview, and an author vendor event kit, so we are prepared for all sorts of in-person book events. This is one of my favorite marketing tools that has already helped so many fellow children's authors. Tool number 9 is one of my 2 brand new tools. It's my clean book link builder. If you have read my book, How to Self-Publish a Children's Book, you know how and why it's so important to share only clean Amazon links to our book, meaning links that don't have any telling data attached to them. And even though I have shared before how to strip links of any unnecessary data, I still receive questions on this. So I created this tool to make this even easier. And the most exciting part is that it creates a clean link for all the different Amazon storefronts, meaning for Amazon.com here in the US, Amazon in the UK, in Germany, and so many more. Let's say I went to Amazon and I searched for my book in order to share it with someone. Usually when we're searching for our book on Amazon, we have a long URL like this one up here. All this data right here in this URL provides Amazon with a lot of information. So in order to clean this link, all we have to do is select it, copy it, and then go to our clean link builder right here and paste the URL right in here. And then click on Please Scrub My Link. And so over here, we receive all the untraceable links for all the different areas, all the way from the US, United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, Australia, and so many more. And so these are the links we want to share with our family and friends and launch team. And finally, tool number 10 takes the Clean Book Link Builder even further. It's my direct review link builder that, as the name suggests, helps us build a direct link to our book's review page over on Amazon. This is invaluable if we are planning to have a launch team for our children's book and whenever we are asking others to leave a review for us. So again, let's say I want to create a direct review link for my book Sometimes It Rains. I again search for my book and then click on the URL up here, copy it, go to my tool and enter it right here in the review link builder bar and click on please create my review link. And just like that, it has created my direct review links for all these different regions. Again, for the USA, United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, Australia, France, all these different storefronts. And to provide you with some inspiration on how to use these links, if you scroll all the way down here, you can see how I usually share it with my launch team, where I have my book reading right here, along with the links that I feel are most relevant to my own launch team. So I have the clean links to my ebook right here, and then I also have the direct links to the review pages. So for this one, for example, if I click on Review US, it takes me directly to the review page of my book right here. I am so excited about these two new tools because, again, it makes it so incredibly easy, and they generate these links for all the different Amazon storefronts for us. I have so many resources, and you can find them under my resources tab over on eevijones.com, as well as under my Start Here tab. So I made sure to share the links to all these tools and pages in the description below. Like I said in the beginning, these tools are absolutely free, but if you would like to show some love, please feel free to either like this video here on YouTube so more people can find it, subscribe to my channel so you'll always stay in the know, share these tools with fellow children's book authors and illustrators, whether that's through word of mouth or over on Facebook or Instagram. Review my book, How to Self-Publish a Children's Book, over on Amazon if you have used it to create your beautiful children's book, or support my work by purchasing and reviewing any of my own books. You can do any of these, whether that's one, a few, or all is completely up to you. But my biggest ask for you is to be kind and supportive of your fellow children's book authors, because by golly, the author community needs it. Here's to making the creation of your beautiful children's book a lot easier and a lot more fun. Bye!